Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on bottom right side as the pink Order of the Dragon, we got This Ain't My First Rodeo, Mate. So on the left side as the magenta Ottoman, we got Liquid DeMu. And looks like magenta's immediately going for the venison. His other deer deposits up here along with some berries. Two small stone deposits back here, large stone, small gold, large gold. And large gold over here. So his resources are pretty spread out. Trees, however, are a nice little line, provides some natural coverage, so if farmers back here should be relatively safe. Or the Ottoman player. Looks like he has deployed out some pair of spearmen from a barracks, and now going to be herding these deer. It's like herding cats. Doing an excellent job of herding all the deer. Very, very nice. And you can just head to this other deposit and do the exact same thing. So no early military academy. Aachen Chapel now being deployed in the field, so it's not going for the Menwork Palace for the unique research. Looks like all the deer will be killed off right there. And there. Twin Meteorites now being deployed in the field, which will give them effectively, what, 4 safe locations for villagers to collect the food. I think that's how the numbers work with this. 4 villagers can constantly gathering food from it. And a very fast rate, equivalent to... It's actually faster than boar, if I remember correctly as well. So, you get 4 reliable food collection for the entirety of the game. Because the base collection of berries have actually increased, but plus 50% multiplier is also making it even faster. So this collection rate, I believe, is above 1 now. And boar collect at a rate of 0.91 or 0.92. So those berries do collect up faster than boar. Got an outpost being salvaged here, very nice. And it looks like we're going to just maintain being in the economic phase of the game. And we do actually have a wall of trees here. If you look close in the minimap, there is green, which means this area is intraversable. And pretty tight choke there as well, so magenta can easily wall off this section, and I'll probably need to excavate around the trade post there in order to get proper trade paths. But that should be pretty safe enough. First Vizier points almost available. Huh. This may sound really stupid, but depending on which side the Vizier, the Imperial Council window is, it's actually on the right side and it's in inverse order. If it's on the left side, it's the other order. It's backwards. Why is it like that? Why is it backwards? I know that means nothing, but why is it backwards? Volgraf Palace now being... Wait. Volgraf Palace. So we've got a fast Age 3 now being pulled in the field. Volgraf Palace is a very good landmark. It can be more cost providing more resource value than the Regni's Cathedral, assuming you get 3 or less relics. Volgraf Palace, assuming you're constantly building from it, will provide you more value. If you get 4 relics, the Regni's Cathedral is better, but 4 relics is a little bit of a tall order sometimes. And now I've got Hidden Pure Armory as well, so both players eyeing for Fast Castle. And generally I say Spring Goal is the best, but deploy whatever you need to counter out your opponent. Dragon Villagers backing on off. Bit of fire there on these Spearmen. They are hardened Spearmen. And now we've got some Gilded Man-at-Arms. Of course, they are early Gilded Man-at-Arms right now. You basically build these Man-at-Arms at normal price. Still pay for a little bit higher. Once you see those Gilded Man-at-Arms, it would be a good idea to go for either Crossbone and or Spring Golds. Lances would do just fine as well. He sees the Gilded Man-at-Arms. Gilded Man-at-Arms pushing way forward to the relic, trying to secure those relics up. Local doggo gets put down, you monster. The mill has been set ablaze, got 200 food. Oh, no, that's a sheep carcass, not a deer carcass. This deer carcass has 44 food remaining. And another note as well, something I would also like to see is professional scouts allow you to pick up sheep carcasses. Just so in case someone picks up a sheep carcass, you at least can pick it up, because I don't think you can pick those up with professional scouts still. Imam now heading down south for the winter. Oh! He gets a kill, but also gets a conversion. I say that's worth for Magenta. Because this is a 240 value unit for the price of an Imam, which is 100? 150. Definitely worth. Well, of course, also will delay the collection of that relic, but that relic's safe enough for him. Got more man-arms being employed by the Order of the Dragon. I only know the name of one famous person Order of the Dragon, and that would be Vladimir Dracula. And yes, he is a real person. Sacred Site now being captured on up by the Prelate. Right now, one relic claimed by Magenta, one relic claimed by Pink, and another one picked up by Pink. This one will be picked up by Magenta. So where's our last relic on the map? Actually, I don't see it on the map. Does the map bug out when we spawn 4 relics? Oh wait, Magenta did claim it. I think I looked away at the exact wrong moment. We do now have the dragon scaled armor for Pink. Hardened Spearman being a bit of a homewrecker. And Pink's falling back now a little bit. We do have some more Veteran Guild archers being employed in the field as well, which Ottomans tend to go heavy in Janissaries, so this will be a good counter to them. And right now he has 4 Janissaries in the field. What Viziers has he gone for? He's gone for the field work for 2 Imams, and we do have the +1 military campus. Local doggo gets put down as the ATF wanted. Scout push way forward. Got Magenta Scout here. The bow player is not being hyper-aggressive at the moment, to say the least. Pink just amassing army back at home. More local doggos being put down. Inspired warriors being researched. Is Volkroff policy constantly being utilized? Appears maybe not. More Janissaries on the build queue. As the game longer goes on, I think less likely these Janissaries will be useful. Right now, light archer units are just very effective at taking out those gunpowder units. And seeing now these pink gunpowder units also do have, what, +3 in armor? Making it a bit more resilient to the high rate of fire, lower damage of the Janissaries. Plus as well, with Imperial Age, silk bowstrings, greatly improving your guys' range. And make these good archers go from 5.5 range up to 7 range, which is a pretty good amount of range. And Janissaries have less range compared to all the hand cannoneer units, so the range difference will be quite severe. Good number of spring gulls deployed on the field. That's probably from the Hidden Pure Armory. The Hidden Pure Armory still builds these things that have half the build speed as a Maganel. I think overall spring gulls need a production speed increase. At least in the Hidden Pure Armory, because right now they're being produced one every 60 seconds. I think Maganels take 2 minutes. Gilded Man Arms getting ripped apart there. Got good enough crossbowman. Does take up one of the spring golds. Prelates do go down. These guys are inspired. The Ottoman Gilded Man Arms still in the field. That's probably being pushed on the field as well. And that one handily in favor of Magenta. Got some Gilded Spearmen on the build queue as well. Or on the field at least. Let's see. It has 3 more possible Vizier points, 1 more available soon. Probably advance academies and call it and go for something fun here. So you can always go for some the unique horse archers. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Prelate's heading down south. We got another spring gulls engaging over here. Just getting a bit of damage. Prelate will likely go down. Imam here does decapture the sacred site. Benson being obtained. +2 range damage, +1 melee damage. +2 range armor, +2 range damage. Ottoman player already has +2 range damage as well. +2 melee damage, +1 melee armor on the way from the Ottoman player. Spring Gulls fire away, getting hit pretty hard by the Gilded Archers. They are empowered by the Prelates. Spahee managed to close on in, could utilize Fortitude, but they will receive extra damage from those Spearmen. Gilded Spearmen will rip apart the Spahee. Janissaries coming for a nice little flank there. Since they're hitting much lighter Spearmen, they will punch through the armor much more easily. It looks like the Gilded Archers are ripping apart those Janissaries in no time. Of course, get +8 damage versus light gunpowder, so doing 20 damage per shot against Janissaries is... it will rip them apart. 90 health, they'll get 4-shotted. Or 5-shotted. Overall, Pink does a higher destroyed value. I think focus on those Janissaries really made it easy for Pink. Yeah, Janissaries with a reduced range versus increased range. A 2 range difference is getting quite significant, and it will just increase. Yeah, right now I don't think gunpowder hand cannoneer units in some situations are just not that useful. They're no longer a unit you just spam out in the late game at any point in time. Which is good, don't get me wrong. I think a unit that you just spam out only is a unit you should be reworked. Or have its counters a bit more readily available. In this case, while hand cannoneers did receive a little bit of rework, they're still pretty good at hitting every target. They just have a bit more effective counter to them. Some of these villagers are going down. Magenta does have a nice villager lead. Finds even more villagers there. Got the no fortitude active there. That could have been very handy. There's a lance connect now. The attacking teams will get splash damage, but gets quickly picked off there. See that last 0 point did go into advanced academies. He almost has enough for his 4th one. Pink's decapturing the southern sacred site, capturing up the central one, and Purple's decapturing the northern VP. Not VP. With sacred site. Wrong game. Same engine. Some of those villagers do manage to escape inside the town center. And Swahi will escape on out there. We do have, of course, a secondary town center for Magenta. That's why he has such a high villager advantage. Even though killing 6 will help out with that even further. Exile's not being researched by the Order of Dragon player. Good idea when you're having trouble keeping your villagers alive. Next 0 point almost available. And Sacred Site has been obtained. Prolate does go down there. Good number of empowered units. Or being empowered. Now these empowered Guild Archers now have 12 damage rather than the 10 point something damage they had previously. This game does have fractional and decimal health, damage, and calculations. Just that a lot of it's just not exactly invisible, or not at all. So if you ever seen it with 0 health, just know it has fraction of health left. Imam does, both those Imams do get gunned down. Right now, Pink has an army of 109 in the field. Of course, that is calculating with the total population. But the value is very similar because the Ottoman player does have a good number of Springulds, valuable Springulds, as well as Sipahi and Janissaries. Sipahi charging way forward. There are 16 gilded spearmen on the field, which can rip apart those Springulds. Got conversion rituals being established. Oh no. One Sipahi was grabbed. Another conversion ritual there. This is a power play I was not expecting. I think nothing got converted there. Oh, that one will not have anything converted. Don't go in there. Don't prove me wrong. Guild Archer still engaging away. Janissary is firing away. It does take out those monks there. Trying to rebuild the mosque. Good number of prelates still there. Magenta will hold. Magenta still has a good number of villagers. They have some destroyed. Magenta does have a good advantage in destroy value. It's significant, but that was a power play I was not expecting to grab the relics and go for a conversion ritual. Well played by Pink. He was successful converting, I think, I know at least one Sipahi. Not sure if he got anything else. Couple Springulds now being upgraded for Pink. Right now, Pink needs to get out more spearmen, and archers will be perfectly fine. The good archers can punch a little bit better to the higher armor of the Sipahi, and plus they do have a good amount of health. Spearmen, the gilded spearmen will rip them apart, and we do now have some gilded knights being put on the field. Quite an expensive investment, to say the least. Which they will Janissaries, they can be countered, but they also are a counter. Breeze Axel's not being researched by the Autumn player. What 0 point did he go for? He actually went for Pax Ultima, which is still in effect, so it says 50% trained faster, but that's not necessarily true. It goes from 20 seconds down to 13 seconds. So I never really know how it does those percentages. Those percentages never seem like they add up. Because 50% faster... Okay, now I'm starting to understand. 50% faster doesn't mean it reduces the research time by 50%. Imagine if you take how to put it? Take 13 seconds and to add 50%, and you get to 20 seconds. And that's sort of how the math is going. It does the math a little bit backwards, in my opinion. A lot of times this game doesn't feel like it does math really not exactly intuitive. It's like it's being decaptured up there. Good Knight taking some damage there. Of course, I got 3 relics there. He's also split up the relics. I wonder if he did that on purpose so that situation didn't really happen as much as again. By the way, do now the Moss take some damage there. Sapali charging way forward. One relic exposed. Mangonels fire away. Gilded Knights do hit some of those villagers. Some of the villagers are getting hit. Mangonel over here. Mangonel needs to start hitting those Gilded Archers. The Knights charge way forward. There's a conversion ritual. Magenta does back off from it entirely, appears to be. Each one's going down. Got still 2 Spring Golds remaining. Sapahi still here in good numbers, pursuing these Gilded Man-at-Arms, or Gilded Archers. So a handful of Gilded Spearmen Man-at-Arms over there, taking out the rest of the Sapahis. I can never judge the fights with Lord of Dragons, as it's ×2 stuff. And so it looks like some more Gilded Man-at-Arms and Spearmen along the back line, causing issues there. Magenta has an army of 11 versus an army of 98. So the Ottoman player is having trouble stabilizing. He still has superior economy, but he is losing a good number of villagers. Pink so far killed off 43 villagers this game. Oh wait, or the Dragon's villagers are counted differently. I've been figuring that the entire game. Add 25%. Yeah, the Order of Dragon player's economy does have more villagers in the field. I completely forgot about the fact that that's one of the primary mechanics for Order of the Dragon. My apologies. Keep being established there. Add 28% to that. So I just usually just round up 25%. Easier to do math. Which is additional, what, 15? Maybe 16, just round it up. So yeah, he's closer to 80 villagers rather than versus 75. My offhand math is incorrect. Sapahi push way forward. Got these non-infrastructure being torched there. The prelates could grab the relics and run. He has did that without 1 relic. Mangonel fired a volley there, hitting some of those Gilded Archers. Sapahi's gonna have trouble with Gilded Knights. Pick up the relics and run. More Janissaries on the build queue. Janissaries want to be built in limited numbers, in my opinion, because of these Gilded Archers. Maybe some Lancers would be good for the Ottoman player. Give him something heavy cavalry of his own to deal with those Gilded Archers. Man-at-Arms wouldn't be half bad either. His opponent has no counter to heavy units right now. No Gilded Crossbowmen. Just having, of course, just the nature of being Gilded units. The Meta Race will go down. Oh, wait. That's the Emergency Great Bombard. I do not like that option. An Emergency Great Bombard is not going to be too particularly great. It is an early Great Bombard, so it is weaker. was his last Vizier point. Capital almost destroyed. He does have 2 town centers here. Also, Swabia now being on the build queue for Pink, so he will be able to fabricate his villagers no problem. But he already has a good number already on the field. Supply pushing the way forwards. Janissaries actually get some good hits there on those Gilded Knights. Very nice. Janissaries getting ripped apart by the Gilded Archers. Looks like Magenta will stabilize. Pink still has a larger force in the field, it's probably in defensive positions. Chipshays takes up the mining camp. Got a good number of Gilded Knights here. Elite Archers now on the way for the Order of the Dragon player. Trebuchets to put some rounds into the keep. So Poly charging way forward. Poly should take out those trebuchets, but there's a lot of mass there. Plus, we got a Sacred Side victory in 4 minutes as well, so Magenta will need to address that. And that thing is unguarded, so yep, we're setting up one Sapali up there. Not in influence. Looks like it didn't creep up far enough forward. We're just going to go on down there. Got these forces now advancing. Gold deposit almost complete claim. Good enough to abandon. Then have to make his way up there. Can he keep up there for these villagers? Looks like they won't be spotted, just managed to stay out of vision range. Supply actually been misclicked and pulled off there. He needs to capture that. That is a victory condition that's counting down ever so closer. Magenta's trying to go for a keep here. Does get cancelled. Early Great Bombard firing away. Mangonels as well. Meteor's taking some damage there. Janissary is firing away. Gilded Archers not hitting those Sapahi. Now trying to hit those Janissaries. 6-side victory in 3 minutes. Gilded Knights taking some damage there from the Janissaries. Very nice. And looks like the Gilded Archers will hold out. He has a higher destroy value than Magenta by 10,000, so this is into the critical amount difference. Though losing some Gilded Knights here is not great for the destroy value, because that's basically 2,000 resources going down, but we'll kill off some Janissaries in return. They'll try and establish a keep here. Magenta's trying to establish a keep. 6-side victory, 2 minutes. Does interrupt the keep deployment. Janissaries don't need to pursue this village, just need to pursue the Sacred Site. Now got some crossbow employed in the field, which I think are a bit of a better general counter unit at this moment in time than Janissaries. They have a little bit more range, 5 range as opposed to 3.5, and also able to hit both the man-at-arms and the Gilded Knights with bonus damage. They will do, right now, let's see, 13 plus 10. The Janissaries will do 16 plus 10. And of course, countered by those good archers pretty badly. So probably engaging those archers, good archers. Did a good job keeping that guild early Great Bombard alive. A couple more outposts there. Man-arms on top of the sacred site there, just try and prevent it being decaptured. It's almost fully reverted back. But of course, the sacred site counter does get paused when one of the sacred sites is contested. So you can still stall out the game by putting the unit on top of it. Magenta's bringing some more force up there. Magenta and Pink as well. And I think Magenta should be able to decapture it relatively soon. See there, it is currently paused out minute 13. Got multiple outposts being established here with spring golden placements. Metro stays on top of the sacred site there. And this is where the part where the Great Bombard is going to be useful, able to annihilate these outposts. Those on top of the sacred site there, trying to prevent it from being captured. They have some of these ladies pull out some knives as well. Gilded man-arms, gilded archers pushing up north, but I don't think there's enough there from Pink to fully contest the sacred site there. I think Magenta will get the decapture. And there's the decapture. More Gilded Knights there. And Magenta's getting a decent army in the field. Right now has 29 plus 14 versus 10. Value is heavily in favor of Magenta as well. Magenta's slowly starting to turn around this game, but he's still down in age, and Pink has almost all the gold in the map. Has 25,000 in the bank. There's still a decent amount of gold right here, in which Magenta has to start eyeing that next. Capture Sacred Site would also generate a little bit of gold as well, but Magenta needs to start eyeing to really try to seize this gold deposit. If he can, age up with the Sea Fortress probably. Because get a keep out and going as well, a landmark keep. Though the Istanbul Observatory is probably generally better. But I don't think he has luxury of not going for that, the Great Sea Fortress. He's now pushing forward over here. Sapahi now advancing along the flank. This gold deposit has 600 gold remaining. Pink does go ahead and get on out of there. And now Magenta's actually able to launch a good counterattack there. Couple spear on the field. Right now the Order Dragon player has effectively 130 villagers versus 106. Plus better economic upgrades to go along with it. You have now some Ottoman archers on the field. They are veteran archers. We do also have some dragon hand cannoneers as well. Sapahi finds a good number of villagers. This is exactly what Magenta needs to get back in the game. But both players now below 100 villagers. Magenta has been losing more villagers. Pink has called off 100 of his opponent's villagers so far this game. And we do now, the path is clear for some traders for purple as well. Both players can go for traders. Pink has managed to grab every single relic, so rare moment where you can actually steal your opponent's relics. There's now the Istanbul Observatory being employed in the front. This will of course provide a massive aura effect for increased production speed. Even though it's an observatory, it's not a lighthouse. It may look like a lighthouse, but it's not a lighthouse. So it will not act as Imperial Palace for increased vision range around it. At least, I don't think. No, it does not. Sorry, I just had to double check that. It really does look like a lighthouse. Gilded Knights rip apart a good number of those villagers there. They have a 59 damage to a lance charge attack. These villagers do have textile, so they can withstand it, assume they're not wounded. Culverins now firing away, taking on the Istanbul Observatory. We've got biology now being researched by the Ottoman player, as well as the elite Sipahi. With the age up now complete, the Ottoman player is screaming bottom of the barrel when it comes to resources. Ottoman heading down, engaging, got the Gilded Knights straight forward. Good damage there, good AoE. The Great Bombard's no longer early Great Bombards, now just a regular Great Bombard. Janissaries actually getting some decent work on those cataphracts. The Istanbul Observatory has been destroyed and being repaired on up. Culverins here in good numbers. Great Bombard. Strength, something does pack on up. And I think Magenta just got cracked. Culverins will destroy a lot of these infrastructure quickly. Annihilation victories 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them pretty close by. And 3 Culverins would make short work a lot of these to this lot of this infrastructure. Twin Metares has gone down. The capital and the Mid Imperial Army are next. Nothing cutting the Culverins, so they have a bit of escort with the Dragon Hand Cannoneers. And Magenta has now resigned. It's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.